It feels like we're watching an episode of Real Housewives of Knoxville, Tennessee, because the drama just will not stop. And on today's show, we're going to hear from Josh Heupel. I'm going to tell you exactly what Josh Heupel had to say in his Monday morning press conference when he was asked specifically about some things that Boo Carter has been saying over the last 24 hours. And speaking of Boo Carter, stick around, don't go anywhere, because around halfway through the video, Boo Carter speaks on Coach Heupel and the Tennessee Volunteers. He sat down with a football scoop just about 5 hours ago, so make sure you stick around and hear what he had to say. Appreciate you guys for being here. Did you know we're closing in on 10,000 subscribers? We are the closest we've ever been, and I want to get a little bit closer by the end of the day. We're 786 subs away. I need you guys to help me out, and if this is your first time, subscribe. That's all you got to do. It's free. Doesn't cost you a dime, easy to do, and it locks you in for daily content. Help me out, Vol fans. Try to get to 10K as quickly as possible. Alrighty, Austin Price was the one that broke the news yesterday. Tweeting out just in, Boo Carter was officially dismissed after meeting with the Tennessee staff on Sunday. Of course, not long after that, about 8 minutes to be exact, Boo Carter released his own statement wanting to get ahead of his own narrative, which I think we can all understand. He said, "I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the University of Tennessee coaches, administrators, and fans for a wonderful 2 years. Unfortunately, my season has been cut short due to injury." Interesting. More on that later. I have decided to enter the transfer portal, and I'm excited about the opportunities going forward. Boo Carter. Let's catch you up on everything that happened before that made this all transpire. So November 15th rolled around. You had Saturday's game against New Mexico State. Boo Carter was inactive against the Aggies. And then after that game, Josh Heupel spoke in his press conference and said, quote, "There's a standard you've got to meet to be in that locker room." Boo did not meet that standard. The next day, he's dismissed from Tennessee, right? That was yesterday. We already gave you that update. And then that same day, like you saw, Boo Carter cited that injury was the reason that he's entering the transfer portal. However, this is where it gets interesting, ladies and gentlemen, because the thing is, Boo Carter was not listed on the injury report. He was listed as inactive, but not listed as inactive because of an injury. And today, in his press conference, obvious people want to tie those things together. So Josh Heupel was asked, hey, was Boo Carter not being on the injury report, was that a mistake? Because Boo Carter is here claiming that he is or was not playing in that game because of an injury. You're claiming, and we are seeing, that he's not on the injury report. And Josh Heupel just flat out said, no, sir, not based on our trainers. There you have it. One person's claiming one thing, another person is claiming another. What we've got right now is a player that claims he's leaving due to injury and a coach that's claiming it's due to other reasons. It just feels like we're never going to get the 100% true answer, right? Which I don't think any of us expected. It feels like a lot of he said, she said, and right now I'm probably going to believe the head coach of a program over a guy who just decided in the middle of July to stop coming to team workouts. But Josh Heupel also spoke a little bit more on Boo Carter when he was asked, hey, do you regret giving him that second chance? And he said, at the end of the day, it's our job as coaches to try to mold these guys. That's part of the commitment we make in the recruiting process and when they decide to come. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. At the end of the day, we're moving forward. And I think that is the 100% correct stance to take. Look, I don't, disagree with Josh Heupel for the fact that he gave Boo Carter a second choice. I think when you paid him the money that you paid him and you see the talent that he has, any one of us would have given Boo a second chance. And it didn't work out. Coming up, like we teased in the beginning, don't go anywhere because we hear for the first time from Boo Carter. He sat down with Football Scoop and he had a ton to say in response to everything that's gone down over the last 24 hours. But let's make some predictions before that. Where do you think Boo goes next? I'm seeing some people say Colorado. Hearing some people say Georgia. I don't know if Kirby Smart would take a shot on a guy like Boo Carter. Hearing some Vanderbilt fans saying they wanted to be a Commodore, like, sure, you could take them. You can have them all you want. Let me know where you think he goes next. Okay, footballscoop.com. They are the ones who had the info, the sit-down interview with Boo Carter today, and it is spicy. He said it was a great time at Tennessee, 2 years, but the season ended short for me. I'll just say goodbye from that point on. Like, to me, I'm confused. I really don't know what's going on. About dismissed or the extra stuff he said in the media with me in the locker room or following the rules or standard. I've been doing everything I could. I told him I was hurt. He wanted me to play hurt throughout the whole season. I don't know. How he's putting it is making it sound like the stuff that happened in fall camp still has an impact in November. And like right now, I feel like I am the younger child of two divorced parents. I get a little bit dramatic of a reference or of a comparison. But that's kind of how I feel, because you're just in the middle of a split and one side's saying one thing about the other and the other side's saying the other thing about the other. And it just feels better for both parties to separate from each other. I'm with Heupel, though. Like, it's time to move forward. It's time to look to week 13. You still got two massive games ahead of you on the schedule. And sure, you can't compete for the college football playoff anymore, but you can win in Gainesville for the first time in the last 22 years. And you can make damn sure Vanderbilt does not make it to the college football playoff. So, Boo Carter, your time in Tennessee, it was a blur. It was a blip on the radar. It was a massive mistake, but it's over. And now it's on to the Florida Gators. Speaking of the Florida Gators, do you want to beat them on Saturday? If you do, hit that thumbs up button, like today's video. We know for a fact that's going to be a night game. Vandy is going to be a 3:30 kick. But if you want to end the losing streak in Gainesville, hit that thumbs up button. We're going to talk a little bit more about that matchup in just a second. But before that, if this is y'all's first time here, just know we've had this great deal for you guys for a while, and you got to take advantage of it soon, because the deal's not going to last much longer, okay? Chatsports.com/UTQZip. My boss slacked me just earlier today, just like he did with the hoodies, and said these things are flying off the shelves. We are one of the biggest sellers in our company right now for the month of November. That means you guys love the deal. You're taking advantage of it, but it also means there's not much left. Chatsports.com/UTQZip. This smoky gray one specifically is the one that's only $30. So go down to the comment section. I'll put that link, or you can look in the description. That link's there as well. Click it. Bada bing, bada boom. You're checking out. You got yourself a brand new quarter set. Alrighty, on to what is next. This is how we're going to round out today's show. I like to do this from time to time when it comes to the matchups on Saturday. We're going to go position group by position group. I'm going to tell you who's got the edge between Tennessee and one of their bigger rivals in the Florida Gators. We start with the head coach, Tennessee. This one does not need much discussion. Billy Napier, there's a reason he lost his job a few weeks ago, and you're facing the interim who's been there since Billy got fired. Josh Heupel has the edge when it comes to head coaching. I get there's probably a lot you don't like about Josh Heupel in the head coaching spot, but come on, let's be real. Quarterback, I'm going to give this edge to Tennessee as well. Now, I do think DJ Lagway, just because of his physical gifts and his physical traits, probably has a higher ceiling than Joey Aguilar does. But if you're just talking about strict quarterback play, what you see from a game-to-game basis, if anybody thinks that DJ Lagway is playing better football than Joey Aguilar this season, I will personally drive them to a mental institution, and check them in myself. The running back room, I'm going to give the edge here to Florida. For the running back position specifically, if you're just taking one and one, I would take Jaden Baugh over Deshaun Bishop, Peyton Lewis, or Star Thomas. Now, if you're taking the room as a whole, I'd probably say it's a push, but they've got a really good running back, okay? He's probably easily the best part of their offense. You're going to have to be able to stop him in that matchup. Wide receiver room. Also, I love Deshaun Bishop. Okay, this is no slight on Deshaun Bishop. Wide receiver room. I'm going to go with the Tennessee Volunteers here. Florida's wide receiver room has disappointed a little bit, and Tennessee's has done the exact opposite. They have played well above their expectations, as has the offensive line. I think a lot of us had high hopes for the offensive line going into this season. I think a lot of us, myself included, are shocked with just how great they've been so far in 2025. So give me the offensive line for the Tennessee Volunteers. Defensive line, with this one, I'm going to go Tennessee, but it's close, almost a push here with the Florida Gators. Tennessee's just gotten a little bit more consistency in pressure and sacks. Now, they've fallen off over the last couple of weeks, but I expect them to get right back on the train against Florida. Linebacker room, I'm going to give this one a push. I like Perlotti a lot. Okay, I like Aaron Carter a lot, but obviously he's not 100% right now. We know that. I think I still need to see a lot from Jeremiah Lander. So give me the Florida Gators and Tennessee Volunteers to push there. And with the secondary, as it is for most secondaries across the SEC, both the cornerback room and the safety room, I'm going to give those to the Florida Gators. Look, they've got guys that are going to be playing on Sundays in that cornerback and safety room. And sure, Tennessee might as well with Jermon McCoy and Colton Hood. But outside of that, like Jermon McCoy has not been playing and Ty Redmond's been looking better. But like, come on, I don't think I'm going to get much argument here for saying the cornerback room has been fine and the safety room has been the biggest weakness for this team so far in 2025. It's going to do it for today's show. We're going to get on out of here. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you got me followed on all socials. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, anything that happens, I've got to cover there first just because it's a little bit quicker. Like the Boo Carter news. You would have seen his quote probably about an hour and a half ago if you had me followed on socials, on Twitter specifically. My link's in the comment section. And make sure you are subscribed. YouTube.com/FallsTalk. Daily content, Gage and I. We are a content machine. All for you guys. Best fan base in all of college football. So, to prove it, subscribe to the show.